guys, so today's video I'm going to do a Q&A. I haven't done one in a while because the last time I did one people were like, okay, you're doing so many Q&As, hold up, let me get some makeup tutorials. So I made sure to give you guys some makeup tutorials and kind of break it up. But I figured today I would do another Q&A because I love Q&As. I think they're so much fun. If you haven't seen my Q&As before, I will link them down below. But yeah, I had to get ready and film something for Good Morning America, and I was like, well, what am I going to do now? Because I need to film. So I figured a Q&A would be fun to do, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. I asked you on Instagram on this photo right here. I love that makeup look. If you haven't seen this makeup look, I did a tutorial. I'll link it down below. Oh my god, those lashes are amazing. Megan K. Brown asked, how do you stay motivated to work out and not just go get a burrito at Moe's? The struggle. I feel you. I have to say, I'm not very strict on my diet. I really should be, but let's be real. Like, if I want a burrito, I'm going to eat that burrito. That's just how it is. Life is too short. I try to eat as good as I can throughout the week and make healthy choices. And I feel like burritos are a better option, depending on what you put in them, than, say, a chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A because it's fried and all that butter and stuff. So, I don't know. I love working out, and I think since I have a trainer, I have to go these 4 days a week. I can't like stand him up or anything like that, and I think that has really helped me like keep going to working out, because sometimes I wake up in the morning and I'm like, oh, I don't want to do it, but I know he's there waiting for me and I have to go. So I think me getting a trainer really helped a lot. Or if you just get like a gym buddy and they meet you every day, that would help a lot. Generally, do you rather being in a relationship as opposed to being single? That's a hard question. I've only been in 2 like serious relationships in my life, and Davis and my ex. And yes, I say Davis is serious because I don't see me and him breaking up ever. I love the relationship I'm in now, but I loved being single as well. I had no issue with being single. I didn't even expect to have a boyfriend at this time. It's just one of those things that as long as you love yourself and then you love the person that you're in a relationship with, you're gonna love either one. So I can't really pick one. Of course, right now I obviously am so happy where I'm at in my relationship and I'm so blessed. But when I was single, I was happy and blessed at that time too, and I really had fun. So either way, just love it. Embrace whatever status you're in, because your status honestly doesn't make you. As long as you just love yourself and you're having fun, that is all that matters. Daisy Elder asks, have you and Davis had serious conversations about your future, marriage, kids? I know it's early, but when it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Love you too. Yes, I totally agree. I think some people have a really hard time with that. I have always been like, when I see people in a relationship for a couple months and they're like, oh my god, obsessed with each other, there's some people that are just doing it to doing it, but then there's some people that are genuinely in love, and I've seen that with my best friends that are actually getting married next month. They haven't even been together for a year, but they're getting married, and you can see the love between them two, and it changed the way I looked at it forever. But what really also helped me change the way I looked at that is Davis. I never have ever felt anything like I have with him. It's just so, it's beautiful, it's interesting, it's fun, it's hard because it's long distance. But when you know, you know, and if you don't believe in that, you haven't had that experience yet. So you can't judge people on how they feel, no matter how much period of time they've been together. It's not your place to judge, and if they are judging you, who gives a shit, right? We have talked about things like that, and we have, you know, discussed things, you know, funny and then serious. He will be an officer in the Army once he graduates, which is next year, so it's one of those things where once he graduates, I mean, it's gonna get real. Like, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna move together? Are we gonna move in? I mean, how's it gonna work? You know what I'm saying? It's not a standard relationship. So yes, we have talked about it, and I ain't mad about it. Someone asked if I would ever move away from Georgia. If so, where? It's obviously a thought in my mind now that if I have to move, like, I have to move. But let's be real, I love Georgia. I don't know what it is. I just love Georgia. I love the South. I love the state. I love everything about Georgia. I've never had any issues. Like, I've never dogged my own state. I absolutely love it, minus the football team. I don't like Georgia. Sorry. If I had to move, I would want to go to like Tennessee or Kentucky, or I mean, I feel like Colorado would be beautiful. So we're like that. Of course, if I have to move, it's gonna be so hard on me because I would have to be leaving my mom, and I do not want to do that, and so it's gonna be really hard, but I feel like I'm gonna have to do it at some point. Kate Avelies, sorry, said, how old were you when you moved out and bought a home? Was I 19? I was either 19 or 20 when I got my first apartment, and I was 20 how old am I now? I was 23 when I got my house. I was in my apartment for a couple years and then I decided to move to a house. This is my house. Nobody has co-signed with me and I'm proud of it. This was like the biggest like adult experience of my life. It was a hard situation. It's just a lot of paperwork. It's a lot of stress. And I mean, not finding the house, but like the paperwork that comes along with it is just crazy, and then the moving. But I would not trade it for anything in the world. Ericta100 asked, how do you know if a guy really wants a future with you? I think that's something that's very known. You just know. If he's scared to talk about it, or if he gets like this weird face when you start talking about it, then he probably doesn't want a future with you. But if you never talk about it and you never even, if it's not just a thought in your mind or a thought in his mind, it's probably not going to happen. Because I feel like it's just one of those things where you should be excited to get married and you want this and you think of the future. And if you can't think of a future and they can't think of a future with you, they probably don't want it, which is totally fine because you can move on to the next person and maybe they'll want that future with you. You never know. Someone asked if Davis turns up to music as much as I do, and by the way, I love you too. This was XOXO Dana. He will. Like sometimes we'll have like little parties in the car and like just joke around and listen to old music, like older pop music or older rock music, and we'll just like jam out to whatever his favorite songs are and then what my favorites are. So yes, he does. He gets down with the get down for sure. Someone asked how's my relationship with my dad. I have a good relationship with him and we've been close. Like we don't have my type of relationship that I have with a lot of people is I talk to them when I can. But sometimes it's just not enough, and then once you see each other again, you like catch up on everything. That's how I am with my dad. Like we don't speak to each other every day, every week, anything like that, which I probably should more. Like sometimes I'll go surprise and visit him at his office or something, but we don't talk all the time. But when we do talk, it's good. We have a great relationship. It's not forced whatsoever, and it's very chill. We're two very chill people. We like to kind of be in our own bubble, and then we'll come out of our bubble and like talk about everything and like catch up. So Miss K Mill said, I know you said you don't cry much, but what always makes you cry? Okay, what made me cry last night was that movie Remember Me. Y'all, I bawled my eyes out, and I was like, it was, oh god, at the end of the video, or at the end of the movie, I'm not going to spoil it, but once they panned out and I realized what was going on, like right now I want to tear up. It was so sad. Movies will make me cry. I'm a sucker for like a romantic movie, and another thing that makes me cry is stress. If I feel like I'm just way too stressed out and there's that one thing that sets me over, I will bawl my eyes out and be done. But there's nothing else that kind of really triggers me crying. Brittany Sherman asked, if you couldn't drive a Jeep, what would be your second option? And I was thinking I either wanted a Jeep. This is two totally like a separate things, but they're both SUVs. My two options that I was seriously considering, because I knew I wanted an SUV, was my Rubicon or a Range Rover Sport. I didn't know which one I wanted. I knew the Range Rover would be more expensive, like for, oil changes and like tires and stuff like that, and I didn't know if I really wanted to like make that commitment. And Rubicon's just a badass, you know, once you kind of like deck it out and stuff. And Rubicons are fun because it's like, you can deck it out sometimes, but then you see something new and you're like, oh crap, I want that on my Rubicon, and you just like want to have fun with it, and people think it looks really nice. So I would definitely go with the Range Rover Sport though if I didn't get the Rubicon, just because I love the way, I keep doing this, just because I love the way that they look and I love just everything about them. Someone asked if I was a stripper, what would my stripper name be? I think Candace. Candace would probably be my stripper name. I just love that name. And it starts with a C. I have like this big thing for names that start with a C. I just like really like them. And I think Candace is a really pretty, sexy name. So I would want to be Candace, but it couldn't be Casey. Marissa Lee Makeup asked, do you have a lot of friends or just a couple close ones? I have just a couple close friends. I mean, I have a lot of acquaintances, but I wouldn't tell them my business. You know what I mean? So I have a couple close friends. I keep my circle small. Oh, Jessica Beth McCaplin asked, how do you curb your cravings when you're trying to stay on track? I have a really big sweet tooth, and one of the things I have noticed that really helps me a lot is I make a smoothie here at the house that is so sweet and it tastes like a blueberry milkshake. I love it. I'll have to tell you guys, or I'll have to like show you guys in a vlog one day, but it's a vanilla protein, blueberries, strawberries, almond butter, unsweetened almond milk, and some ice cubes and maybe even a banana. That really satisfies my sweet tooth craving just because that vanilla protein tastes like a milkshake. Someone said, where was your first kiss with Davis and is there a funny story along with it? When I first kissed my boyfriend, I drove off and screamed in my car and he heard my dumb ass. That is awesome. I love that he heard you. That is freaking awesome. Well, our first kiss was in his car, classic, but it was after a long night of like me wanting to kiss this boy and I was like, I need to kiss him. And we were in his car and we were talking and then he leaned back like in the center console, like had his head tilt back and I was like, perfect, about to make my move. And I just kissed him and then it's just like, that's it. That's how it happened. I was the one that was like, I wouldn't say aggressive, but I was the one that was like, okay, I'm sick of us like not figuring this out. And I was thinking in my head like, well, I'm gonna kiss him because I wasn't too sure what he thought of me at this moment. So I was thinking like, okay, I'm gonna kiss him. If he doesn't like it, he doesn't like me. If he likes it, he likes me. Which one are we gonna go with? And just look at us now. Amanda Norwood asked, for more red undertones, do you recommend a more yellow-based or pink-based foundation? I personally like yellow-based. I feel like it really counteracts that redness. I know some people really like pink, but I think pink is just way too much when my skin is already red. So I like more yellow-based foundations and primers and things like that. I feel like it just looks so much better on my skin personally. Yeah, I never like to go by like the undertone of like my rosacea. I like to do it by like my self tanner and things like that. Olivia Kieran asked, what's your closet most made up of? Shirts, sweaters, jeans, etc. Love you, Casey. I love you too. Definitely tops. I have a lot of tops because I can wear my same pair of 4 or 5 favorite pair of jeans however many times in a row, but I have to have a different top all the time. I don't know what it is. I love tops. Tops are my favorite. What is one flaw about you that you absolutely hate and can't get over? I am a very, very paranoid person. I don't know if you were talking about like a beauty flaw or like a personality flaw, but my personality flaw is I am very paranoid. Everything paranoids me. When I go out of this house, I am paranoid. I don't necessarily know why I'm so paranoid, but I am a paranoid with friendships, I'm paranoid with family, I'm paranoid with other people in this world. It's a really bad habit that I think the worst in situations. Like I will automatically think, okay, well if this happens, then what am I gonna do? And then I get nauseous. I don't know. I think it's good sometimes because I'm aware of my surroundings a lot because most of the time I'm paranoid about other people. And if I'm out in a big place, like if I'm at Walmart or something, like I just get really paranoid and I don't like it. So, or at the mall really makes me paranoid. Oh my gosh, if I'm by myself, I just like am constantly looking around or just like nervous. But that's probably my biggest flaw because I can't figure out how to fix it. And I try to think positive about other people as much as I can, but I try to be really realistic at the same time. So yeah, I would say that's my biggest flaw. It's just being like, oh my god, is that person gonna come kill me? Like, what am I gonna do? You know what I mean? Someone asked if I've had my lips done. Yes, I have. I've been doing them for over a year now. Next August will be 2 years. So I've been doing them for over a year now. I actually recently just got them plumped up a little bit because the sides were kind of going in and it just looked really weird because this part was plump and this part wasn't. So I recently got them redone. I love my doctor. I love them. I don't really have an issue with other people if they don't like it because it makes me really happy. And yes, I do get them done. And no, I have never gone with anyone else to get my lips done. I've always gone by myself. That's been another common question and I figured I would just say that now. And then someone asked, how many kids do you plan on having? And if you guys used to watch my old Q&As, I'd be like, no, I am never having kids. I do not want kids. I don't want them. Now I want like 5. I know. That's what happens. But kids-wise, it's probably going to be 2, or if I get it my way, 4. Probably 2 though. It depends. I don't even know how I want to have kids. Like if I want to have one baby, wait a year, then have another. I don't know that situation, but for sure 2. I don't want 1. I want more than 1. So thank you guys so much for all the comments and the questions on that Instagram picture. If you don't follow me, I'll leave all of my links down below. And leave some comments down below letting me know some fun facts about you. I would love to hear it. I just love learning more about you guys. So thank you so much again for watching. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye!